know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Margot. Who do you have?
Welcome to Boy Party, the podcast that tackles cinema's most legendary team-ups. Films where three major stars share the screen and battle it out for screen time, top billing, the fatter paycheck, and the most acclaim. My name is Luca Guadagnino, and this one almost feels too easy. I'm joined, as always, by my lifelong friend who has been engaged with me in a battle of wits for the title of podcast champion. Shane Kelly is here.
Good evening.
It's a little that was too easy. That was boring.
Yeah, there's no wits in this, unfortunately.
It's a movie about men our age who are pals and the weird shit they get up to. It's too similar to this podcast to make it into a joke. Yeah. It's Challengers Week. Everyone loves Challengers Week. Challengers. I had a funny conversation once. I just remembered about 9 months before this movie came out. I was having lunch with a person from the distribution company.
Yes.
And she was kind of trying to hype us up about it. And this was before there was a single bit of marketing materials out.
No images, no nothing.
Maybe one still, but that was it. And this was when the movie was due to come out in autumn of 2023. It was announced as the opening film of the Venice Film Festival.
Okay.
And it was going to open in autumn. And she was saying that she'd seen some footage and she thought it looked amazing. But that she was really curious about how they were going to market a tennis movie to a wide audience and not scare people away with the sports angle, and how she had seen some like draft marketing materials that were really trying to play down the tennis and play up the sex and romance element of it. That was an interesting thing for me to try and brainstorm at the time of like, what's it going to look like when this movie eventually comes out? A few weeks after that conversation, it got pushed back until April. Was it March or April? April of 24, because the strike started, the actors and writers strike. And this was, I think, a very strong case of the studio being like, if we cannot put our stars on talk shows, this movie will bomb. There is no way to sell this film if Zendaya, especially, and the boys are prohibited from advertising it.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of movies that came out during that strike that did really poorly, and it can be, I think, largely attributed to the lack of cast advertising.
Because I don't think this has a real snappy one-liner premise.
No, I think it's real star-driven movie, and its success, although we'll get to it, it wasn't as successful as people might think it was. Is down to the stars. I mean, and I had another conversation with someone who's involved in the movie Flora and Son, the John Carney movie, who told me, who was kind of referencing the fact that movie came out in September 2023 and that it suffered hugely from the fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Eve Hewson could not go on talk shows. Like, there are some films where if the entire thing is that you've got charming actors that people like and the premise is kind of hard to explain, you can't put those movies out during an actor's strike. So Challengers got pushed. Ultimately, the film came around, and the marketing for the film, I think, did a really, really good job of grabbing people's attention. This movie exists at the intersection of sports, fashion, and kind of thirsty, horny culture.
Kinda teen romance, but
not even just teens, like kind of like kind of 20 to 30 or 5-year-olds who are just kind of want more sensuality in movies that is lacking nowadays.
Yeah,
and it kind of like
it gets the dating apps crowd.
Yes, and it came out at like a perfect moment to capture that thing in the zeitgeist. And sure, we went along to this screening of this wearing our closest tennis that we could come up with.
We were the only. Apparently, there was a team for the night, and I was like, "All right, fine. I'll wear some white shorts and a shirt."
Well, me and the coworkers were doing a theme. No one else was planning on doing it.
Oh, you led me to believe that the entire thing was like
there was just three of us.
White.
Three of us who'd agreed to do that.
Yeah.
But it came in handy when I needed a picture of you in white for the Good Liar poster a few weeks ago. The only time I've ever used that image. So, but I think the main poster for this movie with the sunglasses is one of the best movie posters of the last couple of years.
Pretty good.
And does such a good job of like summing up the vibe of the film, and has this cool kind of paint effect on it. But also it's just like, here is the massive face of a female star, but even the poster communicates quite well that she is somewhat passive in this movie.
She's an observer
to what's going on between the two boys.
Yeah.
It's great, and it's a great way to sell a film that has a sports element but is about interesting character tension and whatever. So everything was lined up perfectly for us to like this film. I was really excited for it. It got great reviews. It felt like it was really hitting the zeitgeist in a big way, where I was like, yes, I like tennis. I like these actors. This is all so cool and great. And I was very disappointed by it. And having now seen it 3 times, I continue to find it very frustrating.
Yeah, I was tricked by it the first time round. I sat beside you. I watched you fall asleep for 20 minutes.
Sure did.
Then you woke up and I was like, that was pretty good. And you were like, no, that was terrible. And I have since grown to take on your stance.
I hate when my hater mentality influences others.
Yeah.
You came to that conclusion independently, though.
I think so. I rewatched it again and I was like, oh, this is all over the place. This is very badly edited.
Yep.
I was dazzled by the sick
the loud
score.
music. The loud music in a cinema won you over.
And it also has an incredibly good last 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
Which kind of
leaves
was on the brain, like when I walked out.
Yes.
I think this suffers from the main characteristic of the 3 leads is that they are all depressed. But not in a way that kind of forces them to experiment to try and get different forms of life.
Yes.
Which I think you can go down a kind of a sexy, depressed kind of person way, where they're kind of just keep pushing it to try and find a bit of happiness.
Yeah.
There's no real sort of ambition of seeking a different kind of enjoyment in life in this. It's very flat in that they play tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis is all they know. And tennis is getting boring and they're getting tired and old of tennis.
Yeah.
And they're stuck because they have nothing else.
They're really boring people. Really boring people.
It's like this is the plague of the sports biopic.
Yes, absolutely.
Or sports biographies and stuff, like where ultimately high-level sports people are pretty boring.
Yeah.
Because they spend all their time on their sport.
There has to be some sort of heightened drama. Like, so this is now the 4th movie that I would classify as a sports movie that we've covered on the show.
Okay.
$1 Million Baby, Escape to Victory, Ford versus Ferrari, and this.
Sure.
So there you have a boxing film, but with a major, like, there's major dramatic stakes in that film. There is illness and injury.
And it also opens a big ethical question of, like, what to do with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's an interesting film about
Yep.
injury and illness. Escape to Victory is a World War II thing. There's a whole other element to that. It's a war movie. It's about Nazis. Ford v Ferrari, true story. Again, ends with a major big character being killed.
This film doesn't have a villain.
No, this film has no real stakes outside of the relationship, which in many good films, relationship stakes can feel so universal. They can feel so high stakes and important. And I think, but despite the actor's best efforts, the screenplay here never succeeds in making you feel like the relationships here are the most important thing in the world while you're watching the movie.
I don't think anyone in this likes each other.
Not really.
Like, Mike Faist doesn't like Zendaya. He's kind of like sick of her.
The boys like each other when they're younger.
The boys like each other when they're younger.
There is a brief glimpse at a very nice, fucked up but nice male friendship in this film of 2 nice boys who sit on beds beside each other, jerking off, parallel to one another. And that is something you don't get represented in film that often.
No.
And I'm like, what a novelty. And then when the lady shows up and everything becomes about the relationships with her and each other, it's just not interesting anymore.
Like, and not to blame the female character in this. This is not really her fault.
It's not her fault. It's just about the fact that the stuff with the men does not extend beyond what happens when she is introduced.
Yeah, and like when it's kind of, you get to not the twist at the end, but the point of tension of Zendaya sleeping with Josh O'Connor towards the end. Yeah. You don't feel anything. You're like, she doesn't like him. No. She doesn't like her husband. No. There's kind of this mystical child in the background that is never used as a bizarre point of leverage.
You know what it reminds me of? I saw someone reference this earlier today. It's like in the first episode of Succession, how Roman has a kid and then it's never mentioned, or multiple kids never mentioned again.
He has a kid?
He has at least one child.
Oh.
And a wife character who's never shown again.
They just scrapped it.
Like,
it.
It's
this
so
guy needs to be a single.
Weird how they just never, ever mentioned that again. That's almost what the kids in this are like. There is one scene where the child is hanging out and wants to watch Spider-Verse,
Spider-Man plug. That's a contractually obligated
obligated Spider-Man reference. And then the child is never spoken of again and seems to have very little bearing on what Zendaya chooses to do with her love life.
Yeah.
The only really good payoff of all of that shite is the moment where Josh O'Connor holds the tennis ball up to the little V on the racket and looks at Mike Faist with the biggest "you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward" face that he can pull. And Josh O'Connor kills that moment.
And Mike Faist finally breaks in there and like, oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's great. And that's part of the excellent short film that wraps up Challengers, which is sort of everything from 1 hour 56 minutes to 2 hours and 10 minutes of this incredibly well-directed, well-edited, and magnificently scored final tennis match.
Yeah.
And a great conclusion with the boys jumping in the air, grabbing onto one another, her watching them as they fall to the ground, cuts to black, and repress kicks in.
Like, I'm interested here in
5 stars.
I haven't looked this up. I'm sure you haven't. But like, which pair get the most screen time? Like, are the two boys together on the lower end? I
don't know, because she's in the flashbacks less than the two boys, right? Everything that happens in like 2009 or whatever, 2007, 2009, she's probably appears the least in those scenes. I would say her and Josh probably have the most screen time of any of the pairs.
Because Mike Faist doesn't have that many lines.
Mike Faist has the least screen time of the three. So I think by definition, or by I think by default, her and Josh probably are the most screen time. I'm not sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusing motives in this film.
I wonder, I guess an interesting question is, would the dynamics in the film feel different if the casting was different? So, for example, if Mike Faist was a bigger star than Josh O'Connor, which he kind of objectively isn't, would the whole movie feel different because his character wouldn't have this kind of inherent underdog that he has by being played by the least famous of the three actors? I don't know.
Yeah, like Josh O'Connor is kind of was the trendy one at the time, I guess. So you're kind of
even more so.
You're inclined to root for him a little bit more.
I just think he's a warmer actor to begin with.
Yeah.
Mike Faist is really talented. I just don't think his skill set is not in being Mr. Handsome and Charming. I think he's got a different energy. I think he does a great job of this kind of like great job.
Sterile actor or sterile athlete in this.
Absolutely. And the scene where he starts making a move on her in the hotel room and then eventually just like puts his head on her leg and just completely has no enthusiasm.
And the stuff at the beginning when he's just like has his 20 bottles of electrolytes in the fridge and stuff, like he
does a very
he's
good
got
depression
a great tired look to him in this.
I think they all do a good, you said, they all do a good job of seeming depressed, but that's not enough to sustain a supposed crowd pleaser movie.
And I don't know if it was the intention.
No, because I don't think so. And people who love this film act like it's this crowd pleasing, like banger, like hooting and hollering at challengers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's one scene where three very attractive actors, sit on a bed and all kiss each other, and that's a novelty in a big studio movie. But like, this is not a film that gets you hooting and hollering.
Like, I think
it's grim.
It's the characters are set up for this to be an analysis of like, what do you do when the one thing you spent all your life doing is being taken away from you and you have to figure out something else?
Yeah.
I don't think it really gets into that. There's no kind of self-reflection or kind of existential thought put into what happens next.
No.
Like, I guess you can apply that to it yourself if you want.
Yeah.
And like Zendaya is trying to find something and she's like, Josh O'Connor, maybe he's exciting.
Like, but obviously it's not as extreme as this, but like $1 Million Baby does a really good job of communicating how injury, now she's obviously like horribly injured in that film, but how injury at the height of your sports career can completely kill your will to live.
Yeah, ultimately it just matter a bit
do a lower version.
Grumpy.
Grumpy. Like, this could do a lower level version of that with Zendaya's character, who is injured and has lost her amazing streak that she's on, and she just kind of sits around looking kind of pissed off rather than being
and tries to kind of vicariously live through Mike Faist. One thing I did like about this is I found the impact of turning and the physicality of the tennis very, very sick in my hands. Where every time they were running across the court,
Yeah.
And planted the foot and turned.
Yes.
I could feel the vibrations up through my legs.
Well, you've got a
fine. I have a
personal relationship with this.
I do, but I'm like, every time someone pivoted or turned, I was like, oh, it's going to break.
Yeah.
It's going to break.
Yeah.
So like playing tennis on hard court is very, very hard in the joints. And I felt the pain in the joints watching this. And obviously then the knee does buckle eventually.
Yes.
And you recoil.
For those who don't know me that well, tennis is the one, well, tennis and by the kind of extension badminton are the only sports that I do enjoy playing. And I use the word playing loosely, but I actually do like tennis and badminton. I think they're really, really fun, and I'm not horrible at them the way I'm horrible at everything else. I am capable of hitting a tennis ball with a racket, as crazy as that may sound, largely because we played tennis and badminton every single week in PE in school for the last 2 years of school.
Is that what taught you?
I went down to the Salt Hill Lawn Tennis Club and played tennis, badminton, and squash with Michael, friend of the show, and others. And I got good. And I also went to a tennis club in summer of 2009, the Shreddies one that you went to as well. Different days.
Bit of practice. See what it does for you.
I know, yeah. So it's the one thing I'm kind of okay at.
Yeah.
That does not translate to a fondness for tennis movies. I think tennis movies are by and large really bad. I haven't seen all the famous ones, but really do not care for the movie Battle of the Sexes, the Emma Stone, Steve Carell film. Went to see it in the cinema. Really didn't like it.
Like, how much is the sport at the center of that, or is it more or is it like a gender comedy? Like,
no, it's a lot of tennis. It's a Billie Jean King biopic with a kind of a secondary thing about Steve Carell.
King Richard.
Haven't seen King Richard. No desire to watch it. No, I can't do a joke. I'm trying to do a Will Smith slap. Will Smith slapping the ball with the racket in that one. I did recently watch Woody Allen's Match Point, which was marketed as a tennis movie and has tennis rackets on the poster. And I was delighted to learn that film features very little tennis and is in fact just a really fun thriller and barely has any tennis in it. And I would recommend it. But tennis movies, not for me, really. Don't think it's a sport that really lends itself to exciting cinema. And I think Challengers kind of supports that theory, with the exception of that great ending with the tennis ball POV shot and the insane.
No, sorry, Marty Supreme is the other semi-related one here.
Yeah, I don't think that the physics of table tennis are remotely comparable.
But the dynamics are the same, where it's a non-physical 1v1 sport.
I know what you mean, but like
you're kind of throwing
Marty
looks.
Supreme is almost more like a poker movie or something.
Yeah,
it's a man standing at a table. It's
more psychological than physical.
Yeah, it's a man standing at a table in a dark room. So I think the sports stuff in Marty Supreme has more in common with like the gambling in Uncut Gems, or in a movie like Molly's Game or Rounders, than it does with playing tennis outside in the green. I feel like tennis courts are not a place I want to spend time in a movie.
They also foster no hostility in the way like a boxing ring would.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the atmosphere of the tennis
matches, too far away from each other.
Yeah.
The one good gag this film gets is people turning their head left to right over and over again.
Yeah.
Also, the guy who plays
the umpire,
who is Zendaya's personal assistant in real life, Darnell Appling is great in this. Sassy guy is great. Big problem with this movie that I identified when we were watching it last night is that there are no supporting characters.
No, none.
This film is 99% these three people. There is, I would say, less than 30 lines of dialogue spoken by anyone else in the film, and most of the other people who speak don't have a name. The only actor of any note you have in the film, apart from these three, is Haley Benton Gates, who recently showed up in The Drama, and Marty Supreme. She plays the woman that Josh goes on the date with. There is literally no one else in this who has any significant role. And I think that a movie like this really suffers from not having a bench of character actors. God, compare it to Marty Supreme, which has fucking 20 amazing people, 30. And this is like all reliant on these three. And I like all three of these, but that's a tough challenge for these actors to carry the entire thing. I think a film that's 2 hours and 10 minutes long cannot get away with
No, I think it's tough as well, because you don't really get a sense of the characters outside of their interaction with each other.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
it's harder to build a kind of personality
Yeah.
and depth to the characters if you don't. Like, you see Josh O'Connor kind of bargaining for half a bagel because he's poor.
Yeah. I like it when he's checking into the hotel at the start.
Yes,
I really
that
like
is
that.
quite good.
Two bits I really like are that, and then I really like the scene. Well, it's not even a scene; it's a glimpse where Zendaya is drawing on top of an ad, like a sample billboard ad for them doing a car tie-in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if this movie wants to really dig into like what it's like to be a famous sports person and have brand deals and be approving your sponsorships, that would be interesting. But that's the only time we ever deal with that. Otherwise, it never shows her as a businesswoman, which I think actually would be really interesting. And there could be some fun self-referential stuff for Zendaya in that as well, but they don't go into it. This comes in the middle of Luca Guadagnino on this extraordinarily hit or miss run of films. His kind of English language run of films starts in 2015 with A Bigger Splash.
Yeah.
Bigger Splash, thumbs up from me. Call Me by Your Name, massive thumbs up, 5-star movie, love it so much. Made Timothée Chalamet a star. I really, really love that film. I love that film so much. I went to Crema on holiday.
Yeah.
Then Suspiria, a very weird thing to follow Call Me by Your Name up with, to do a horror remake of a classic Italian horror. I think that should have been a major red flag for us all, that this guy was not going to be the director we want him to be.
I didn't realize he meant that.
He did. It's Dakota, Tilda,
yeah.
and Chloe Moretz. It is has a. I
thought that had a good response.
I've seen half of it and then I got scared and turned it off.
Okay.
It has I believe Tom York or Johnny Greenwood scored it. I can't remember, or both. I can't remember. So it basically just has a bunch of Radiohead music in it.
Yeah.
And it's like a weird dance horror Radiohead thing.
Yeah.
If that sounds up your street, it'll probably be up your street. Definitely not up my street, but that movie's interesting. Then he doesn't make a film for 4 years, and now he's made 4 films in the last 4 years. 5 films in the last 5 years. So Bones and All is the first film that we screened at my job that I just left last week. So there's been 4 Luca movies released in the 4 years that I worked in this job. Bones and All is not bad, but has a Mark Rylance problem, as many films tend to do.
Yeah.
Then you got Challengers. Then you got Queer, which is frustrating in another way. Very disappointing.
Very frustrating.
Really, really frustrating. And then After the Hunt, which is just absolutely not good at all.
Yeah.
And he has a new movie coming out in a matter of months, which is the Sam Altman film Artificial, which has been bounced around distributors and has a great cast.
But I'm very cold on him. I don't really like.
I don't think he's by and large a good filmmaker. I think
No.
Call Me by Your Name is the fluke, and in many ways, the credit for that film. Now, there's stuff that he does in that film that is entirely his doing. The Sufjan Stevens music is his choice. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
That film looks incredible. It's shot beautifully. But I think a lot of that film and why it's so great is the screenplay by James Ivory, who was making these amazing romantic dramas in the 80s and 90s with Anthony Hopkins, and like he's
makes a lot of
responsible.
sense.
He's responsible for a lot of why Call Me by Your Name is so great.
Yeah.
He's the one who won the Oscar for it. Yeah, to me, Luca Guadagnino tech drama about AI doesn't have a lot of promise.
No, because
compared to any
I've
other
never
director.
like the last few screenplays have really lacked a bit of juice, and like if
He didn't write any of these.
is he bouncing around between different screenwriters here?
Oh, well, he's not a screenwriter at all, so he hasn't written any of these films.
I'm sure.
So Justin Kuritzkis wrote Challengers and Queer. Those are his only credited screenplays ever. And he has uncredited work on, or he's credited additional literary material on Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Right.
He was a YouTuber before he wrote this, and he is, of course, married to Celine Song, another frustrating screenwriter.
Not know that.
We talked about it yesterday.
I thought you were just comparing them.
No,
I didn't realize you were like, oh, there are a couple.
Oh. And I think that their screenplays give an insight into a very weird relationship that they have. I think Past Lives and Challengers combined give very interesting indications to what they're like. Artificial, the new movie, is written by a guy called Simon Rich, who wrote the Seth Rogen movie American Pickle, and is 78 episodes credited on 78 episodes of SNL and on The Simpsons.
So he's doing the Altman thing.
He's doing the Altman thing.
Okay.
And After the Hunt was written by someone called Nora Garrett, who doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but It did not a lot of credits there. And then
I can't remember. Does After the Hunt just have a bad script? Like, is that
Bones and All? Well, it definitely has a bad script. And Bones and All was written by a guy called David Kajanic, who also wrote Suspiria, also wrote A Bigger Splash, and is Luca's guy.
So what's the order of development here? Like, does Luca have an idea? He hires a screenwriter to help him.
No, Luca is attaching himself. Luca is
attaching
attaching himself to projects that are in development at different studios. But I mean, he's been at Amazon MGM now for a number of films in a row.
Yeah.
Queer was A24. This was Amazon MGM. Challengers was, and then Amazon MGM just dropped Artificial. For evil tech reasons.
Sure.
So I don't think he's going to work with them again, unless he's obligated to. No, Luca is like a guy who just like goes around looking for scripts he wants to make and then attaches himself to one and then puts his Luca magic onto it. Unfortunately, we'll probably never again be excited without reservation for one of his films. But they are all events. We saw him in person at the London Film Festival.
We did.
Yeah, we were at After the Hunt, and he was there, and he is a very
and like for as bad as After the Hunt is. I will always pay attention to the marketing of something like After the Hunt because you got actors we like.
He's also one of the main proponents of Michael Stuhlbarg as a major actor, and for that he kind of gets like endless goodwill with me. Like as long as he continues to put him in major roles, he's a cool guy. He is also, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for this, one of the most successful gay filmmakers ever. Yeah, and he is Oscar nominated and really beloved and gets these blank check projects. And he is this like 55-year-old gay Italian man, and I think that's kind of special and unique. So he gets some credit for that, but he is frustrating.
But like most of my problems with this are structural and editing and pacing.
It's horribly edited, and the main thing we can't stand. The fucking music will start and then stop.
Yeah.
He will start playing you this incredible Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross music that is like maybe their best film score since The Social Network. You've got obviously Gone Girl, Watchmen, a few other great ones in there. And he'll start playing really loudly while people are having an argument or a conversation. He'll start playing this. And then it'll just cut off. Or it'll cut to the next scene.
Yeah, one thing we picked up on watching this again last night is that we couldn't remember which scenes have a score in it and which don't.
Yeah.
There's no consistency.
There's no pattern.
You can't remember which conversations have music going over them or not.
Yeah.
Like it's immediately jarring. Like there's a conversation Zendaya and Mike Faist have in the living room of their like hotel. This is at the beginning when they're performing Josh O'Connor, and Zendaya walks out of the room, and it cuts to this kind of slow zoom in on Mike Faist, and the score starts bumping.
Yeah,
there is absolutely no sense at all what he is thinking.
No.
Because he has kind of just sat there silently for the start of it. Like he is a man where his primary emotion is I'm tired.
Yes.
So like having this kind of insane synthy dance score going over a guy who's tired.
Yeah.
Like what are you showing there? And then it cuts off after like 10 seconds.
You're very
just kinda,
frustrating. Yeah. All right. We'll fly through these three actors now. I think Zendaya is the closest actor in age to me that we've ever talked about on the show. I've just checked.
Really?
She's closer in age to me than Florence Pugh or Timothée Chalamet. So
are you saying in current age or like age when they made the film?
Current age.
Current age.
She is 1 year and 6 days older than me.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anyone we've covered that's closer in age.
So she is the youngest star we've covered.
I think yeah, currently I believe so. Right? Yeah. We haven't done any like early 20s people in the show.
Done any children?
I don't think so. I think Chalamet and
Saoirse Ronan's are older.
Her and Watson are a good bit older. Yeah, and Josh O'Connor's older and Feist. Okay. I have an interesting thought I've come up with about Zendaya the last couple of days. I'm not sure this is going to be as easy to communicate as I think it is.
Okay.
Two parts to it. Firstly, she's a really good representation of Gen Z as a star relative to the female millennial movie stars of the last decade. Because Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone and Margot Robbie are the three biggest millennial actresses.
Yeah.
And they are, the three of them and Zendaya are kind of the four biggest actresses right now. Mm-hmm. I guess Scarlett Johansson is the fifth. The three of them, part of their appeal and success is that they are like trying really hard.
They're quirky.
They're quirky and they have a lot to give and a lot of energy and enthusiasm and they go big.
Yep.
And Zendaya's like defining characteristic is that she doesn't do any of that.
She's very chill.
She's like super, super chill and she seems really nonchalant about everything. And I cannot even conceive of her giving a performance where it seems like she's trying really hard. And I mean this all as a positive thing, but like I cannot think of the last time a female star became this big without being funny at all, other than in a kind of reactive way. Like, she gets some really funny moments in the drama, but it's not because she's like a killer comedian. It's just because she's in situations that are amusing with Robert Pattinson, who is kind of doing the funny cartoon behavior in that film. So she's just like the first actress who's become this successful in God knows how long, who just on the grounds of kind of being talented and beautiful and not being like a big personality. Maybe Scarlett Johansson is the last person.
Very warm as well. Like she
is warm, but she's really likable, but she's not trying that. She doesn't seem to be trying that hard.
Yeah.
I just think it's really unusual. Like, maybe Scarlett Johansson is a comparison there.
Yeah, I think the public image of her like going out with Tom Holland as well, you're like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're nice. I like him.
But he's doing all of the big cheesy smiles in that relationship, which
yeah.
lets her off the hook. I feel like because he's like this, like
because he's SpongeBob,
nice, he's this like enthusiastic English guy who's really excited about everything. It means that she gets to kind of just like be cool.
Yeah,
and it's very, very unusual that the industry will send a woman to this position just on the back of being cool without needing to be like really, really, really like effortful. She's just so different.
Maybe that's a positive trend.
Yeah, it is a positive trend. I mean, Kristen Stewart was like this, but she never got this big. As a brand name.
I don't think Zendaya is like not a funny person or not capable of humor.
But it's not
I think
part
it's
of her
probably
persona at all. Like,
and she's probably not leaning into it. Like, she's not rocking up doing The Bride like a Jessie Buckley type thing where it's hysterical or
like I don't think she would want to do like a play.
Like
I don't think she would want to do theater. Like she's really good in close up. She's not an actress who's going to go big and do
I don't know, could she do a Poor Things type thing?
I don't think I want her to. Maybe. I think that like I'm not going to call these actresses cringe millennial women, and I don't want to be boxing in the idea of a cringe millennial woman because it's a vaguely misogynistic idea anyway. But like Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence are like, they're like silly performers. Like Emma Stone in the comedies that she's in, and I include the Lanthimos movies in that, is like really silly and like physical comedy and all this stuff. Like Zendaya is like the complete opposite of that. I don't know. She's so like, her posture's so good, you know?
Yeah.
She's such a like, she comes from like a modeling background, but she's got such a different kind of presence. But we did discuss at one point. I was trying to get Neve Mary, who was just on our Psycho episode, to come and do Challengers, and she and I had a debate years ago about Zendaya, and she was asserting on that Psycho episode that Zendaya was effectively Miley Cyrus to a generation younger than us because she was this big Disney star. Yeah. And I did not know her. Like, I was not exposed to her as a Disney star once. I didn't have Disney Channel, never did, and wasn't engaging with kids media when I was 17, 18, 19, 20. So
that's the thing. I think your generation's Disney kids are kind of 7 or 8 years older than you are.
Yeah.
Because that's when they're...
Exactly. So, like, the Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Jonas Brothers, like, someone had to come up beneath them, and Zendaya obviously was that person.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a taste of what she was like in that era, so I went and watched a TV movie called Zapped, which is a weird kind of gender-swapped version of like a real sleazy 80s college comedy. But it's basically Zendaya gets an app on her phone that allows her to control men's behavior.
Okay.
And she mostly, it is a G-rated kids Disney movie, so she mostly just uses it to get her brothers to bake her cookies,
do chores,
and her dad to mop the floor, and then at a certain point has to decide whether to use it to get a boy to like her or not. Worth noting, the boy in that movie, weirdly reminiscent of young Matt Dillon. Anyway, to tie it all back, I had fun with Zapped. Thought it was watchable for a TV movie, but Zendaya in it, like, I'm like, oh, it's weird that like 9-year-olds were really into this actress who.
And is she pretty chilling? She's
very chill.
She's not doing Amanda Bynes.
Nope. She's doing the same thing she does now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird. At what point did Gen Z children decide that this was what they wanted in their star? When we were kids, we had Amanda Bynes, Miranda Cosgrove, Jeanette McCurdy, and to a lesser extent Victoria Justice were all trying really hard to make us laugh. And Zendaya is just kind of like, oh yeah, okay. It's just,
I guess we kind of just reverted back to oh, she's cool because she's not doing the.
She's like a refreshing change from TikTokers for these kids. I don't know. So she was doing that. She was in 2 big shows. One was called Shake It Up, and one was called Casey Undercover. Part of her persona around this time.
Was she the second lead of Shake It Up, or was she the main?
I think she's the lead of Shake It Up. Bella Thorne is the lead.
Bella Thorne is the lead.
So her and Bella Thorne are in that. Okay. A big part of her thing as well is that she's like an amazing dancer. So Zapped ends with a dance competition. Zendaya has a music career. She has songs. She hasn't continued that at all now that she's become A-list, which I think is really interesting. That she's like basically abandoned her music career to become this like great actress who is probably going to get like Oscar nominations soon and stuff. And I'm like, I guess that is the sacrifice you have to make.
It is.
We're going to do a bonus episode soon, folks, on if I have my way, on actors with singing careers and singers with acting careers.
You probably can't sustain both because like
some do. But only if you're a Lady Gaga type who makes a movie every 3 years. I don't think you could be in Zendaya's in fucking 6 things this year. She couldn't do that and have a music career.
Haley Steinfeld is kind of like
Haley Steinfeld's acting career basically went on pause for 3 years.
It did,
she had a music career. So everyone has to kind of pick one eventually, unless you're like a novelty. Like I'm a big actress who does the occasional
It also might
film.
be in conflict with this idea that Zendaya is like kind of a casual, cool. Where like if you are on stage performing, that is trying hard. So it's kind of in conflict with the image you might want to maintain.
Based on how much attention I pay, which isn't very much, I think the last time she performed was she showed up to a Coachella or Lollapalooza set that Labyrinth was doing. Where he was playing because he did the score for the first 2 seasons of Euphoria. She showed up and she like performed some songs from Euphoria score with him. So that was the last time she was doing any of this. Worth noting now, Euphoria, never seen it, don't want to.
Maybe watched one episode of it once.
Yeah, I've seen a few clips. It really seems like extreme with 3 X's.
It seems like she has avoided being associated with that show.
It's crazy. And it was on this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It feels like the people's problems with that show and the kind of the weird kind of cursed energy around that show, which an actor from the show died and just a lot of bad stuff has happened, I feel like, in that show's orbit. It feels like that brush has tarnished Sydney Sweeney and Jacob Elordi, but has kind of left her and Hunter Schafer alone because they're really, really high on people's like likability radar.
Time I see a clip of Euphoria,
where the people are shitting
Zendaya seems to be just on a random C-plot adventure on her own.
Yeah.
And is not part of the main Elordi, Sydney Sweeney.
It's because she's so busy. Her schedule never lines up with the others.
Yeah, like I don't know if she appear on screen with anyone else.
In 2015, she was in the music video for Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. That's mad.
Oh.
And she was in the Kids Bop version of Hot and Cold in 2009. Pretty cool.
Pretty good.
So
has she been in that many films?
No, she hasn't been in that many films. So all the films she's been in, she is her basically film debut, Spider-Man Homecoming 2017. First thing I see her in. Okay. She is third billed on that movie. I go, who the fuck is this person?
So that's a bit of a rogue casting.
Like the female lead of the previous Spider-Man movies was Emma Stone. I'm like, who is this person? This is not a big star. But obviously they've cast a very young actor and they've cast a young actress to go with him. And her role in that first Spider-Man movie is pretty small, and it grows in the later ones. And it only at the end of the first one does she reveal that she is in fact Mary Jane Watson, the famous Spider-Man love interest. She's pretending to be someone else for most of that movie, Michelle. She is fine in those films. I don't think she gets that much to do. She's fine. But the same year as that, she's in The Greatest Showman, and she sings in The Greatest Showman, to be fair. Her and Zac Efron have a song together. And I'm like, do more musicals, Zendaya? Because you can sing and dance, and The Greatest Showman is the biggest musical of the last decade, so I don't know why.
She'd do very well in La La Land.
She'd be great. I don't know why she won't do...
That's a very cool film.
A musical. But anyway, she does, of course, play Michi. So we finally... everything comes full circle in the end.
Zendaya is who?
She is Michi in the film Smallfoot.
Who's Michi?
Michi is the female lead of the film Smallfoot,
Zendaya
which
Michi.
We watched a few months ago.
You know what?
And you know what?
Pretty good.
The James Corden version of Under Pressure, Percy's Pressure, is going to be on my Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah. And might make a feature in your end of year video.
I didn't even consider that. Maybe it will. 2021. Sam Levinson, creator of Euphoria, puts her in a movie on Netflix called Malcolm and Marie that is one of the worst films I have ever seen. It is a two-hander between her and the egregiously boring John David Washington, set in a house, and it is a couple arguing, And there is a part of that film where David Ehrlich gets a few strays for no fucking reason.
What?
Because he had pissed Sam Levinson off.
Oh, that's really funny.
And John David Washington starts talking shit about that guy with the glasses from IndieWire or whatever. That movie is pure dog shit. It's evil.
I think people have chalked that one up to COVID and they're like,
yeah, it's COVID nonsense. It does have a good soundtrack. It has cool songs in it, but absolutely dreadful. And again, she makes it out of it alive. It's nuts. She voices Lola Bunny in Space Jam: A New Legacy, which was controversial. I think Malcolm and Marie in Space Jam: A New Legacy back to back. That is almost as bad of a 2 in a row that any actor has ever done. But quickly rebounds with Dune.
There's just a bigger target in everything she's in that's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dune and Spider-Man 3 come out within 2 months of each other. And now, to be fair, she's not in that first Dune for more than a few minutes.
But again, she's in it as an idea, which is impressive on her part.
Exactly. And then Dune 2, she got loads to do. And I think she's really good in Dune 2. Yeah. Now, people online who don't like her are making these kind of skits about how she just kind of frowns her way through every movie. I think that's not true. I think, unfortunately, the Odyssey, that is all she does, is frown her way through the film. And just
she frowns a lot in Challengers.
She frowns a lot in everything.
Okay, she has like a couple of...
But she's capable of a lot more than that. I just think... Yes, I think in the Odyssey, certainly that is true. But
sorry, I kind of forgot. There is like 20 minutes when she's playing a young teenager in this, and she's lively
and bubbly. Yeah. Dune 2 challenges the drama of the Odyssey, Spider-Man: Brand New Day, and then Dune 3 coming out later this year. Really liked her in the drama. I thought that was a really good performance, and the film was a huge hit, and it was entirely down to her. The drama made an insane $132 million.
Yep.
This is a very small scale film about a school shooting
idea
that hangs over a wedding, and it made a huge amount of money because Zendaya is in it, and everyone loves Zendaya, and young people go to see Zendaya in movies, and that's really cool.
It's a funny catalog to run through because there's no real, I guess, signature breakout awards possible performance.
Challengers and drama are like the only real movies in here. Like the Dune movies are these massive ensemble casts. Like she's not responsible for those films succeeding or failing. And then the only other film she has lined up officially after Dune 3 is she's voicing Shrek's daughter in Shrek 5. And then she will, which is interesting because how often does a non-white actor voice two white actors' child in an animated movie? That's interesting. But then also she is apparently going to play Ronnie Spector in a biopic directed by Barry Jenkins, and Ronnie Spector apparently personally chose her to play her before she died. I don't really want to see Barry Jenkins and Zendaya make a Ronnie Spector biopic. I'd like them to make something original together, or adapt a classic novel, or do something that isn't a music biopic.
It is funny to be dying and like, give me the biggest movie star in the world.
I know, it's hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, Josh O'Connor is great. Love Josh O'Connor and wish he was in better movies. He is in a very popular British television show called The Durrells in the 2010s, which Christina is a huge fan of. It is about an English family who moves to Greece, and it sounds very nice and charming. I haven't seen it. And he bounces from that to the Francis Lee movie God's Own Country, where he plays a closeted gay sheep farmer. I watched this yesterday. It is a very mucky movie.
I thought it was a pig farmer.
I was mistaken.
You mistook a pig for a sheep.
There are pigs in the film.
Okay.
I believe. I think so. He's kind of miscast in this. He's too warm and charming to play this guy. This guy is a real pent up angry man. As I said to you, one of the rare cases where I would almost be like, Paul Mescal would probably do a better job. But anyway, Josh O'Connor would do a better job with almost every other role Paul Mescal has ever played. So he then becomes a big Emmy winner, blah, blah, blah. Does he win an Emmy? He does. For playing Prince Charles on The Crown. And I guess he gets introduced into The Crown during the Olivia Colman era.
He's got a bit of a Prince Charles face.
It's the ears.
It's the ears.
It's the ears. Look, there's two people Josh O'Connor undeniably looks like. He looks like Luigi from Ratatouille, and he looks like Prince Charles. Yeah. And he's played one of those people, and hopefully he never plays the other. He certainly doesn't seem to want to. But he probably, like, I don't engage with The Crown. So I never heard of this guy until Frank Berry makes Aisha in 2022, which is kind of nuts because he was around for quite a while before then. I mean, he's in the Anya Taylor-Joy version of Emma in 2019. which is a real movie with lots of famous people in it. He's in the Riot Club, and he's got a tiny role in Lily James' Cinderella, which I watched Lily James' Cinderella 2 days ago. I'll be honest, I looked down at my phone for 2 minutes. I looked back up. I missed Josh O'Connor's entire performance.
Yeah.
He plays like the footman in the palace. 2021 though, again, before I'd heard of him, he's in this movie called Mothering Sunday, which Katie Brady is a big fan of. So I checked it out last week. It's kind of interesting. It's like it's set in, palace and aristocrat world in England. Odessa Young is this maid who works for Colin Firth, and she has having an affair with Josh O'Connor. There's loads of sex in this movie. It's interesting, like 1920s sexual drama, and then something terrible happens to Josh O'Connor, and she has to deal with the aftermath of that. Interesting film. Would really have benefited from Florence Pugh being in the lead role, I feel, which I don't know why that didn't happen, because the woman who wrote that film has written 3 other Florence Pugh vehicles. But anyway, scheduling conflicts. Frank Berry's Aisha, 2022, fantastic Irish film. Everybody go check it out. It's about Letitia Wright plays a young Nigerian woman living in direct provision, and Josh O'Connor plays a Dublin security guard that she befriends. Josh O'Connor, incredibly good at the Dublin accent in this film. And Frank Berry is one of the best Irish filmmakers ever. His new film, The Lost Children of Tomb, is coming out next month. Everyone really should go watch Aisha. It's a really heartfelt, compassionate, left-wing movie about the cruelty of direct provision, and Josh O'Connor is great in it. La Chimera. Did you see La Chimera?
I didn't.
I keep forgetting if you watched it. I feel I've
been meaning to. It's on the old.
You're gonna fall asleep if you watch it. Like, I fell asleep when I watched it, and I liked it. Josh O'Connor speaks like a shit ton of Italian in that. Yeah, it's him, and he's out in Italy, and he's digging up graves.
I have a lot of time for anything that's like shot in Italy.
That film looks beautiful. Yeah. It's so gorgeous, and he's crawling around in tunnels underground and looking at skeletons, and he's wearing this amazing like beige linen suit. He is so attractive in that film. It's ridiculous because he's a bit scruffy in it. It's great. And then I am refusing to watch The History of Sound. I will not watch a Paul Mescal movie set in olden times ever again. Mastermind. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, it was okay. Had potential.
It did. I liked a lot of his stuff with the kids. I liked the first
I love the kids.
half an hour. I thought was very good.
I love when he's hanging out with Alana Haim. I think that's all really good.
Yeah, I think the kind of scouting out the heist and proceeding with it is pretty good.
And then he goes on the run, and I just lost interest.
I did as well.
I didn't like him.
I can't really remember what
he's hanging out with Gabby Hoffman and John Magaro in the house.
I know what happens, but I can't remember why it happens or what kind of the angle they were going for was. Like, I guess he's kind of just forgotten in the end, and he.
Yeah, I did not like the ending of that film either.
He keeps borrowing money from his parents.
Yeah, like it's a good role for him, but the film needed to be better.
It has a cool look to it.
Yeah. He's all right in Wake Up Dead Man. Didn't care for it. He's in it a lot.
He's the best part of it.
He's the lead of it, and he's definitely the best part of it. Yeah. Disclosure Day is really bad, and unfortunately lets him down big time. He's miscast. It's a bad role. He can't really do the like Spielberg awe and wonder thing.
No,
and
he's
acting opposite one of the worst actors around, Eve Hewson.
And that could have gone one way or another.
And Emily Blunt's not great either. I think she's not the worst part of Disclosure Day, but
Emily Blunt is fine in Disclosure Day.
Anyone would look good beside Eve Hewson, but Josh O'Connor struggles there. That film isn't that good.
He doesn't have the American everyman thing you're kind of looking for. No, one of these films.
He's so wrong for it. Sorry. My theory, I think, after we saw it, was that him and Wyatt Russell should have swapped roles. Wyatt Russell was really good as her boyfriend. He's got the right energy. He has his father's spirit of kind of 80s sci-fi. I think he'd have been much better in the lead role. 2 upcoming projects that are basically 2 of my most anticipated projects currently happening.
Yep.
Joel Cohen's new movie, Jack of Spades, a gothic mystery film set in 19th century Scotland, starring Josh O'Connor, Frances McDormand, and 2 people who have been ghosting my emails at work for the last 2 months, Damian Lewis and Leslie Manville.
Hell yeah.
That sounds so fucking sick. I thought it was coming out this year, but it just got pushed back. Apparently the current cut is 150 minutes long. They're trying to get it down. It'll be out next year. Probably next year. Yeah. And then he is the male lead of 3 Incestuous Sisters, the biggest boy party of 2027. Dakota Johnson, Saoirse Ronan, Jessie Buckley, Josh O'Connor, Mick Jagger, Isabella Rossellini, directed by La Chimera filmmaker Alice Roller Wacker.
It's gonna be sexy.
It's gonna be sexy. Apparently,
sexy.
it is.
Sex is back.
Now, it is apparently silent and in black and white. Not sure how I feel about that. Anyway, and Mike Faist, I don't know if I want to say about him. Neve Mary Martin, you're the Mike Faist expert.
He's a theater guy?
Yeah, Dear Evan Hansen guy.
Yeah.
So he plays the guy who dies in Dear Evan Hansen.
Okay. Like the OG.
The guy, yeah, he was in the OG production with Ben Platt. So premise of Dear Evan Hansen's really fucked up. It's that this guy kills himself, and then the main character, Evan Hansen, forges letters to pretend that they were friends.
Yes.
And hangs out with your man's distraught parents and sister. I've seen the film. Mike Faist is not in the film. So he originated that role on Broadway and was very, very well liked for it and won a Tony, I believe. And later Broadway roles included playing Jack Nasty in Brokeback Mountain on the West End. Not Broadway, sorry. So him and Lucas Hedges did that.
Nasty.
So he played the Gyllenhaal role.
Yeah.
Jack Nasty.
He did play the Gyllenhaal.
Wait, is Jack Nasty the Gyllenhaal role?
So Hedges was...
No, which one is Jack Twist? I'm forgetting. Yeah, Gyllenhaal is Jack Twist. Jack Nasty, yeah.
Because Hathaway is his.
I have but it's Michelle Williams who says Jack Nasty. Yeah, Hathaway is Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've confirmed that Gyllenhaal is Jack Nasty.
Yes.
Yeah. The first movie I see him in, I think the first movie most people see him in, is Spielberg's West Side Story with Rachel Zegler and Ansel Elgort. He is like 10 times over the best part of that film. It's ridiculous.
He's very good in it, is he?
He's so good in it.
Okay.
It's a role that wasn't my favorite part in the original 60s film.
Yeah.
That he's basically like the bad boy gang leader on whatever side. He's Riff, and he's got so much fucking scary energy in that movie. He's like someone out of Love Hate. He's so good, and he's dancing amazingly and singing great, and he's so good in that film. Really unfairly didn't get Oscar nominated for it. I mean, they gave Ariana DeBose the win, and they didn't nominate Rachel Zegler, and they didn't nominate Mike Faist. I don't know what they were at, but he did get a BAFTA nomination for a supporting actor. Yeah. Also, fun fact. Mike Faist has a Daytime Emmy Award for Best Performance on a Daytime Program for doing a song from Dear Evan Hansen on the Today Show. You can win an Emmy for performing a song on a talk show? That's insane. That's ridiculous. That's insane.
Does Kelly Clarkson have like 50 Emmys?
She must, right? The only movies he's done since that, apart from this, are he's maybe like the fifth lead of the Bike Riders as a character called Daniel... Oh, I thought it said Daniel Lyon. Is
that the Butler or Tom Hardy?
Yeah, I couldn't watch that. And Jodie Comer, who I like. But. And then he was in a very, very fake biopic called Pinball, The Man Who Saved the Game, which I will not be watching.
Oh, God.
The only supporting actor in that film I've heard of is Connor Rateliff, the guy who did the Star Wars play with Griffin Newman.
Oh, yeah. So what, was this off the back of the Tetris, the Blackberry?
Yes, exactly. It was in that run, exactly.
All those.
He is in the upcoming Florence Pugh East of Eden Netflix series, which is coming out in a few weeks.
Sure.
With Christopher Abbott, Tracy Letts, and Ciarán Hinds.
That's a nice list.
I wish it was a movie, but it's a really good cast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. Is
this the second season now, or is it a
no?
New thing?
This is Zoe Kazan remaking her grandfather's film.
Oh, this is what this is. Yeah,
it's a one-off limited series. Good, very good cast.
I will watch that.
I will watch that. Very exciting. So there you go. Those are your actors. Now, 4 favorites. Who has challengers in their Letterboxd top 4? Well,
who doesn't?
Netflix's favorite leading actress, Joey King. Joey King from
Some
the
would say
booth.
the Zendaya of
Netflix
actresses.
No. Joey King's top 4. Her number 1 is a film I absolutely love. One of my favorite films. It is an ensemble film from the late 1990s, made by a recent Oscar-winning filmmaker.
Ensemble film from
in many ways it originated the concept of a Pills performance on this podcast.
Magnolia.
Next up, she has the first of the 3 films directed by Jonathan Glazer, our pro-Palestine king.
Yeah.
He's made 3 movies. This is his first film. It has a man baking in the poster is a man red baking in the sun. He's so red. He looks like Mr. Krabs.
I can't remember the name of it.
Sexy Beast with Ray Winston and Ben Kingsley.
Okay.
Her third favorite film.
Was it Jonathan Glazer that was making Jamiroquai videos?
Yes.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's his main shtick.
Yeah.
Her third favorite film. I've never heard of it. I had to Google it.
Okay.
It is a Damon Wayans comedy from 1995. It is about
Weird.
It is about Boy Scouts troop or something.
Okay.
Youth cadets.
Mm-hmm.
The tagline is, "Welcome to the House of Pain." Payne. The title of the movie is Major Pain.
Major Pain.
It's kind of a funny name.
Yeah.
It's based on a 1955 Charlton Heston comedy.
Oh, no way.
Charlton Heston comedy called The Private War of Major
Oxymoron.
Benson. What the fuck? They remade a Charlton Heston movie with Damon Wayans. God, culture can be many things. All right, hit me with that box office.
I'm trying to find it.
This is what? The second most recent movie we've ever covered on the podcast, not including new releases.
Really?
The Gorge and this.
Right.
This and The Gorge are the only times that we've ever gone back and done a film. No, sorry, in May, December.
Yeah.
Was that 23?
I did do that.
No, that was 23. I think these are the only times we've gone back and done a film that came out during the lifetime of the podcast.
All right, so what am I looking for here? What date was this?
This was April something,
Yep.
2024.
April
yeah.
26,
It was
2024.
right after the IFTAs that year.
This opened at numero uno.
It's worth saying, though, it didn't actually make as much money as people think.
Sorry, you said this at the start of the podcast, and then I had a number in my head of about 180 to 200.
96.
96.
On a budget of 55. 0 Oscar nominations.
Not even score.
No, not even scored. Like, completely roundly rejected by the Oscars.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
No, not rightfully so. Score should have gotten in. And I would have
I
would have had no problem on principle with nominating Zendaya for Best Actress.
Yeah, fine.
It's not her best work, but it would have been fine.
It's a good leading performance.
The problem is that Luca went off and fucking did his awards campaign for Queer, and in the end, neither got
Were they
nominated.
eligible in the same year?
Yeah, because this got pushed back.
Oh,
So they came out April and December. Like, anyway.
But like, I wonder how much the composers or the people voting on score take into account its use in a film relative to the quality of the music as a standalone thing.
Well, as someone who has administered an awards process for film for the past couple of years, they're supposed to
take it in the context.
Yeah, they're watching the film. They're not meant to just listen to it on Spotify. They're watching the film.
Yeah.
They're meant to be watching the film and thinking about how it's used in the film.
So maybe that is why it didn't get a nomination.
The 5 score nominations this year were Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
Oh, Jesus.
I fundamentally disagree with Wicked getting a score nomination. I don't think there's enough original music in that. Anyway.
Brutalist one?
Yeah.
Good.
Of course.
Rules.
It does, but is this better? They're very different.
No, I'm not going to do it.
This is better.
Yeah.
I think Challenge is slightly better. Just like slightly better. It's like comparing fucking custard and apple pie. I like them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Number
I don't
2.
know what this next film is.
Oh, good. Some bullshit.
Maybe I'm on some bullshit list, but
Is it something religious?
it could be. It's got that kind of name.
It's got Jesus Christ in it.
No.
Josh O'Christ. Jesus O'Christ.
Jesus Christ. Actually, the name is kind of like contradictory to
Okay.
Jesus.
There is no Jesus. Is that the name of the film?
No.
Ricky Gervais, the movie.
One family's journey from down under to center stage.
Oh, some Australian bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Unsung hero.
What?
Huh?
Unsung hero. Like, it kind of rings a bell.
Domestic box office. Unsung hero. This made 7 million
There you go.
this weekend. What?
There's nothing else out, I guess. Okay.
No, Challengers made 15.
Yeah. That was
Unsung
not a
Hero
good.
made
That's
7.
not a good number. All right, keep going.
No. All right. Big thing fights big thing.
Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire.
The New
Godzilla
Empire.
X Kong: The New Empire. The X is silent. I've been
Yeah.
told.
Godzilla Kong.
Never gonna
Godzilla
watch.
multiplied by Kong.
No desire to watch that.
Next up, film we were pretty fond of. Not fond of. Like, it's a good mid to upper tier film in any given year.
This isn't like, Accountant 2 was last year. Is it Accountant 2-esque?
No, better.
We see this in the Savoy.
Quite likely. It feels like a bit of a Savoy. Maybe not. Maybe this was a Lighthouse watch.
Interesting. In spring 24.
Yeah. This had a very deceptive marketing scheme. Yeah.
Interesting.
Where we enjoyed the real premise more than what it was kind of being marketed as.
Is it a true story?
No, not at all. This is the most,
Sci-fi thing.
not the most, no. Alternate reality.
What if X was Y? Like,
Kind of what if this happened in our current society?
So what if this happened? Political thriller. Yeah. Political thriller. Is there president character in it?
Yeah.
Is the president the main character?
No.
What is this? Interesting. The president is the president a man?
Yeah.
Is the president white?
Yeah.
Is the president old?
50s.
What is this movie where the president is in his 50s? Oh,
the president gets shot.
The president gets shot.
Yeah.
No, I'm so stumped.
Do you want me to give it to you?
No, give me like one clue.
One clue.
Give me someone who's involved in it.
A
movie where the president gets shot in 2024.
It's set in America.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
It's about the president.
Yeah, there are...
I'm thinking of like Captain America, Harrison Ford.
We quite like the 3 leads of this.
The 3 leads of this.
Or not 3 leads, but there's a gang of 3 that travel around the country doing a very specific task or a specific job.
What?
Given the events that are taking place.
What?
Big nationwide event, political event.
An election?
No.
Not an election.
What's more extreme?
I don't know. Oh, Civil War.
Civil War.
Right. Civil
War.
War.
Where are you missing the beat there now? Just you don't think about it that much.
The president's not really a big part of that film, I suppose.
No, but you asked, is the president in it?
Yeah.
I kind of had to say yes.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
He is. Yeah, no, you're right. He is.
Nick Offerman, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, gets domed at the end.
Civil War.
Does he get shot at the end? I think so.
He does, right? And she takes a photo of it, and that's the final shot of the film.
Yeah.
Civil War does not really exist in my brain.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's not really there. It's not in there.
But I like Kirsten Dunst. I like Kaylee Spaney. I like Wagner Moore.
Yeah. I like Stephen McKinley Henderson.
The
Best of all 4.
Yeah.
The best thing about Civil War is that it's not trying to be everything that it could be.
No.
It's like there could be 5 different movies about this premise, and this is just going to pick a lane, and it's about photographers, and that's the movie.
And it's a woman in her 40s, the lead, which is great. Very rarity.
Yeah, no, I do like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I see a lot of stupid
bullshit.
On the old For You page on Twitter, people like giving out about this. Like, this is such bullshit. Like, obviously.
Alex Garland is just one of these filmmakers that people cannot agree on his politics, and I think that's the problem with that movie.
Yeah.
For example, a year later, he put out that film Warfare, and I'm not watching that shit. I'm not watching that. Not for political reasons. It just looks dreadfully boring to me.
Yeah. Who's in that?
Oh, like
just a bunch of boys.
Cosmo Jarvis and one of the Heartstopper fellas and Will Poulter. All these kinds of English guys. Like,
yeah.
No, thanks.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
I feel like a friend of yours is in this.
A friend of mine's in it. Okay, so it's made in Ireland. No.
She's an Irish actress.
Sorry, we do need to shout out that Josh O'Connor is in a relationship with Alison Oliver.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be our closing.
So we are very much one person removed from Josh O'Connor, and he, I believe, has spent Christmas in Cork with her family. So very likely that I will run into him at some point.
Fair enough.
This
is a horror.
One of my pals is in it.
Not really a pal. Not somebody
Haunted Swimming Pool with Kerry Condon.
Nope.
No. That came out in 2024.
I think this was like a decent hit.
So it's not Kerry. It's not Katrina Balfe.
You haven't watched it.
It's not Alison Oliver.
No.
It's not Saoirse Ronan. It's
the
not
tagline might give this away.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you the tagline?
Yeah.
Children can be such monsters.
Abigail. Yep.
Alicia Weir.
Alicia Weir. After Rising Star nominee.
Yep. Third bill, despite being the titular character. Dan Stevens and Melissa Barrera.
Well, to be fair, they are big names.
Yeah. Is this their kind of breakout, I suppose?
It won Best Production Design at the IFTAs. I had to put in the script that year when Alicia was presenting an award, the announcer had to say, "From the upcoming film, Abigail." It's the only time I've ever had to do that.
Yeah.
As a condition of someone presenting an award.
Very good. All right, we'll do one or two more.
Yeah, let's wrap this
this
up.
is just like, what's the most British wank film name you can never think of?
Not Wicked Little Letters.
No.
Not The Duke.
No, but you're not way off.
Is Jim Broadbent in it?
No.
It's not the Michael Caine retirement home thing.
No, it's more
Great
aggressive
Escapers.
English wank.
Fuck. I don't know.
But you would say the title like this if you were saying it out loud.
I need a clue. Who's that?
Boys.
Boys.
Large boys.
Large boys?
Large boys.
Why are they large?
Just physically two large boys. One of them goes by the name in the film The Danish Hammer.
What the fuck?
Carrie Elwes' fifth build.
What the fuck is this? Sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'd say it is.
What is it? Is Statham in it?
Isa Gonzalez's second build.
So it's okay. It's
between the two boys.
This is the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Fuck that shit. Fuck Cavill and Hugh Grant and
Alan Richardson.
Yes.
Oh, is Hugh Grant on the list?
I believe there. No, he might not be in that one. I believe there is a crossbow on the poster. Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Nah.
Like Kingsman for Reform voters.
Yeah.
Kingsman is for, to be clear, for Tory voters.
Yeah.
That is for Reform voters.
You might. Is there a difference? Yeah, there's a difference.
Now we just need the next one in the series to be for Restore Britain voters.
Yeah, exactly.
To the right.
To the
further.
Right.
I guess that's just
the next few are
Lenny
all sequels,
Riefenstahl.
so I'm just going to rattle it out.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Dune Part 2, and number 10 is Boy Kills World.
Golden Boy nominated Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Best Supporting Actress, McKenna Grace, 2024. That's all we have time for, folks, on our Challengers episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mm-hmm. Next week, we are going to be going back to a more classic film, and we're going to have, hopefully, a special guest.
Mm-hmm.
All going well. Very exciting special guest we're very excited about. You will find out more in the coming days on our social platforms. Follow Boy Party Pod on Instagram. Visit boypartypod.com. Subscribe to our newsletter, which is the Boy Party Bulletin on Substack, and tell your friends if you like the show. We always like that. See you all soon, and game, set, match. Am I right?